All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Healthy Living event sponsored by the Juice Plus community. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carole Turbo. I'm a senior sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. I'm also a wife. I'm a mom. I'm a mama. That's my favorite job. I'm a CrossFit coach. I'm a CrossFit Masters athlete, but my passion is nutrition and teaching people that food really does heal the body. Tonight, you're going to be hearing from myself and some of my teammates. We've all joined on a mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. And I'm going to start tonight by introducing our product line. Our product line is simple and it will remain simple because it's food. It's food that our bodies need on a daily basis. Juice Plus has figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule, and it's just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to start by showing you our fruit, our vegetable, and our berry blend. These three blends are 100% plant-based all the way down to the capsule. They're better than organic. They're non-GMO, picked at the peak of ripeness with an NSF seal of approval. And what that means is that what is in the product is on the label. So for instance, this is our fruit blend. And in the fruit, we have the label reads apple, peach, cranberry, orange, mango, lemon peel, cherry, pineapple, prune, date, and beet. Like I said, it's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. My favorite part of our label is this right here. Our product carries a nutrition label. Nutrition labels are reserved for food. So there you have it. We also have a full spectrum of plant-based omegas, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Our omega blend is also 100% vegan product all the way down to the capsule. We all know and we've all heard that we should get fish oil, omega-3s. We typically go to fish oil to get our omega-3s. Well, what Juice Plus has done is they've cut out the middleman. They went straight to what the fish eat to get their omegas, which is algae oil. And our product is made up of algae oil, pomegranate seed oil, tomato seed oil, and some more oils to have that blend of full spectrum of omegas. We have chocolate and vanilla protein powder, another vegan product. I love my complete protein powders. I'm super lazy in the morning. I love just to mix it with water and I swallow my capsules and I drink my complete, and it's just a great way to start my day. Just recently, we got a new protein powder called Perform, and I saved that one for during my workout. I love to have the Perform. It's got more protein per serving. And so I usually take the Perform while I'm doing my workout, before, during, and after. I just kind of sip on it the whole time. Last but not least, we have an amazing aeroponic growing system called a tower garden. I love my tower garden. I live in Indiana. We don't have like a really long growing season, but I love that I can take my tower outside and I can put it on my porch in the summer, but I can also wheel it in my house in the winter, and I can add lights, and it waters itself and it lights itself. And I get to the benefits of having fresh veggies year round. So love my tower garden. If you haven't heard about it, make sure you talk to whoever invited you to this call, because you've got to hear about our tower garden. Okay, so our lineup of speakers tonight, I would like to introduce you to Andrea, I'm going to get this right, Hannon, who has brought an amazing lineup of speakers from her team. So Andrea, welcome to the call. We're excited to hear from you. We're excited to hear from your team. So please go ahead and unmute yourself and share your stories with us.
Hi, thank you so much for having us on today. It's such an honor to be invited to this call from myself and my team. And I recently made NMD in March, and I've been in the company for 5 years. July 5th is my 5-year anniversary. And I started Juice Plus. So I found out Juice Plus when I was a new mom, and I was looking for something that, well, I was looking for two things. First, I was looking for a business that I could have like cash flow, but never have to leave my kids. But I was also looking for something that, something that would give me extra health. So I could have that longevity for my kids now that I had that extra responsibility of taking care of an infant at the time. And so when I learned about Juice Plus, I went to the JCPenney studio to get my kids' pictures taken. And when I went to go do that, I met Layla, and she was a photographer, and she told me about Juice Plus, and she told me it was just fruits and vegetables in a capsule. So it just made sense. And she told me about the business, and I went to lunch with her a few times and learned things about it. And then I started taking it, and I started sharing it months later, because I bought the Tower Gardens, and I ended up buying 5 Tower Gardens, and I fell in love. And so eventually I ended up having another baby and having a 2-year-old and an infant. And so I was really doing this on the side. Like, it took me 2 years to make SSC, and then I stayed at SSC for 2 years. And so I was really just doing it with life and on the side. And I really wasn't, I guess my why wasn't really big enough, and I was okay with that. And then a year ago, things shifted for me when my youngest, he was 2 years old at the time, and he needed speech therapy. And so our insurance, like, nobody would take it within 1,000 miles. And so I was paying out of pocket, and I was okay with that. I was determined to get private speech therapy. And around the same time in April, I had a new rep join my team, and she made SC in 7 weeks. So at that time, my belief that people can do this was instilled in me at the same time as my why became that much bigger, because I decided I really needed to get that benefits package, and I was going to make NMD, and I was going to get that benefits package. So from that point on, my team and I have been just unstoppable, and it's just been an amazing journey. Like, God has just like aligned me with all these like-minded people that I didn't even know there were like-minded people like me out there. And it's, really neat how aligned we are and how we have this team of other people that were doing this together. And another thing that shifted for me was last July, when I got 5 direct QSCs to me. I realized at that point that I can do this. I realized I got this. And so now when people join me, it just gave me so much confidence that, like, you want this, I want this, let's do this. And it's, everything has just changed for me in the last year. I'm almost IMD. And I went from, I think, 20,000 volume to 80,000 volume in a year. And now we're the fastest growing team in North America as an NMD. So it's been an amazing journey, and I'm just going for all of it. And I'm just excited to rise my leaders up with me. Sorry about that. So I want to introduce you to my partner, Denise Geese, who has joined me last year, and hear her story. And then Alison, Jill, and Niki, who are my top reps on my team of 500 people. And I want to introduce you to them and see what we're doing and what we're creating. And we just have this amazing momentum together.
Hi.
Denise? Oh.
Hi. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me. I really feel honored and humbled that I'm here tonight. My name's Denise Geese. I'm 57 years old. I'm a wife, a mom, and a lolly. That's my grandma name. I'm a grandma to 5. And I'm one of those people who never, ever, ever thought I would be in network marketing or selling anything, but never say never. I got started about 4.5 years ago because I was in a bad place, having some health issues, even though I always led a very health conscious life. I exercised, ate right for years and years and years, but I was suffering from chronic pain, gut issues, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and I was literally desperate to just feel better, to just live a better life. And one day, a good friend of mine posted about a product on Facebook, and I reached out to her. She paid my $20 fee, and I wanted nothing to do with selling anything. And I started taking that product. It was helping me, and I was sort of sharing, but not really. And at the end of the year, we kind of compared, my friend and I, as to what she made and what I made. And I, for the first time, saw the potential that you could actually make money doing something like this. And that's kind of when the fire lit under me, because I was a young mom, and I've always done all kinds of side jobs. I don't have a college education, and I did all these side jobs to make money. And all this time, there was like 9 months that I let an opportunity sit on my lap, and I didn't take advantage of it. And so that company, after a while, I had success once I started kicking it in gear, and I started sharing, and I kind of got out of not being so private and just sharing. And I found out things in that company that I didn't really align with after a while, some ingredients and things like that. I started also thinking about if I'm putting my name behind a company, it's my reputation too. And I really take that very seriously. So I left that company, went into another one, had tremendous success there at first, but then that company kind of went backwards too. The company itself was in financial trouble. And then, and then people were leaving and my whole business was going backwards. But I still kept the faith and I still kept, just believing that you could do this. So a year ago in April, I was just scrolling on Facebook and I saw the Tower Garden. So I came in the Tower Garden door. I thought it was amazing. I just thought it was the most awesome thing. And so I reached out to Andrea and asked her about it. She gave me all the information and I asked her, I said, is this a business opportunity? Because at the time I was kind of floundering in my other business. And I thought, if I felt this way about this product, so would everybody else, So she told me, the details of if I would join, what I would get back, sales profit on my own order. And I was like, well, that's a no brainer. I want the tower, so I might as well just do it, And I had no idea how it was going to just take off. And I think it was honestly the pure excitement that I had for the tower. Like, I just couldn't wait to get it. It was like a kid at Christmas. I was telling everybody about it and it exploded. And I honestly didn't even realize Juice Plus was part of it. And so when I did learn about Juice Plus being part of it, I still didn't even understand the whole concept of what it was and how powerful it was. I guess I was on a Wendy Campbell call, and that's when it really clicked for me when I heard her speak about the products. And I thought, my gosh, like, here I am. I've been in health and wellness, and here this thing, it was literally like God put this in my hands because it was everything that I was looking for, everything. And so the more I dove into it and the more I shared, the more I feel convicted and I feel confident. Like, I didn't have confidence in my other businesses that people could really benefit. I felt like people could benefit from the products, but with this, with the research, with everything behind it, with the company being around for so long, I feel differently about sharing this. I feel so much different. So I made SC in 7 weeks. And it was funny because when Andrea told me this, she's like, nobody does that. And I'm like, I didn't even understand. I didn't even understand. All I knew, I didn't know the comp plan. I didn't know anything. I was just sharing like crazy. And so Andrea was very key in helping me teach people how to get to the promotions. Like, she would share, she'd be like looking up points every day and she'd be like, this is how you get there. This is how you get there. This is how you tell your people to get there. And so that's what we were doing. She helped me along the way. And so it just fills my soul now to help people. Like, that's just, it's giving me purpose. It's giving me, I enjoy waking up every day and sharing this, and made SSC in 1 year to the day. I got the phone call 1 year to the day from when I bought my tower and signed. So, and I'm determined to get like all of it too, because I see the path. Andrea's made it very, clear and helps everybody. And I'm determined to help all the people that join too. And I'm super grateful. I want to say that right now too. I'm super grateful. This wasn't just me. This was my team that helped me get here. So anyway, that's my story. And I love the products. Like, I love the towers. I love, my gut issues are like unbelievably better. And my blood pressure, all that stuff, like, I feel fantastic. And that too is just priceless to me too. So anyway, I think next up is Alison Johnson.
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me? I have my headphones in, so
you're good. It's fine.
Hope y'all can hear me. Okay, good. So I'm Alison Johnson, and I first heard about Juice Plus in the summer of 2019. Actually, it was a little bit before the summer of 2019. A mutual friend of mine and Andrea had made a post on Facebook And I was interested. And so I reached out to Andrea, and I was wanting to wait though until my son turned 4 so he could get his for free. And so which would have been several months after that. And but I was asking Andrea lots of questions, but I was just kept putting it off and was very hesitant. And thankfully she like never gave up on me, and she never pressured me, but she was always there, and she just kind of followed up with me and, you know, reminded me about it and let me know of like a special. It was whenever we got the shakes for free. And so I decided to order, and I got my son's for free. And I had had some major health issues prior to that, after having my son and getting pregnant with my daughter. And I was just constantly sick. I had a lot of bad allergies, just a lot of different things going on health wise. Even though I was taking a lot of vitamins and supplements, I just could never catch a break. My immune system was just really run down. And so I was looking for a way to try to get healthier, and I decided to give this a try. And thankfully, it really just improved my immune system function and just my overall health, and just allowed my allergies to kind of go away. And I don't really have allergy issues anymore, which is huge. I live in East Texas, and so we're around a lot of like trees and grass and, you know, just things like that a lot of allergy sufferers around here. And so that was really huge for me. I wasn't getting sinus infections or anything like that anymore. And so I was a customer for almost a year. And then whenever during the summer blitz, and actually I was a part of another company at the time, but I wasn't doing too well in that company. And I'd been a part of other companies in the past years, and it was just a different culture than I found out it to be here. Just a lot of feeling like a lot of pressure and like having to meet quotas every month. And it was just very, very stressful. And so when I asked Andrea a couple of questions about the business, and when she shared with me how, like, you know, you don't lose your rank and you don't go backwards, that was very intriguing to me. And so whenever the summer blitz started, I decided to become a partner and order my tower garden, since I had already had such great results with the products. And so that was in June of last year, June of 21. And I fast tracked to QSC and SC. And so I just really felt like a lot of people needed these products. A lot of people are sick, and I just wanted to share with people because of what it had done for my health and also my family's health. My son has special needs, and he's 6 years old, and he's very, very healthy. And I attribute a lot of that to the 2 years he's been on, or almost 2 years he's been on Juice Plus. My daughter's 3; she takes Juice Plus. They love their gummies. And so I just felt like everybody needs to know about this. And so I just started sharing, and just, you know, felt a duty, since it had really helped me and my family. I just felt the, you know, obligation to share with others. And so anyway, I've just my team has grown. I have a really big customer base, thankfully. And it's just, I feel like it's just so easy because it's literally food in capsules, you know, and that's what sets us apart from these other companies with all the other supplements. And the fact that this company has been around for 50 years, that's really huge to me. They've got such a great reputation. And I just love being able to stay at home with my kids, and like helping other moms, you know, be able to work from home and be with their kids. And I just have really big plans of going all the way to the top, being an NMD, and that's my goal. And you know, I'm in it for the long haul, and I just try to be really consistent. And it's not necessarily about doing it super fast, but it's just, as long as you're just sharing with others and being consistent. And that's just kind of my goal. But I'm just very, very grateful for this company and the products, and Andrea and my team and everybody I've met sidelines. Everybody's just amazing here, which is another thing that I feel like sets this company apart. It's just the people are just all amazing. So anyway, I'm thankful to get to share my story. And I think up next is Jill. So I'll let her take over.
All right, here I am. Hello, everyone. My name is Jill Faulkner. I have 2 kids, a daughter who is 8.5 and a son who is 5.5. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I live in Harleysville, Pennsylvania. And prior to me leaving the corporate world for 15 years. I was a recruiter. And once my daughter was born, I left to become a stay-at-home mom. It just feels surreal right now because I feel like the other day I was saying, like, one minute I'm purchasing a tower garden and the next minute I'm talking about my success and how this happened. And it's kind of been a whirlwind, and it happened rather quickly. And I never anticipated this. So I just kind of want to go into like my story, a little bit of my background. Everyone knows the products and stuff. We talk about them, we love them. But kind of how I got to where I am right now and, you know, where I'm going. So I did purchase my first tower garden last March. Total black thumb. I can't keep anything alive. I can't grow anything, whatever. So I really had low expectations for this. At the time, I also signed on as a partner thinking, well, you know, if I'm going to be posting my progress, I might as well just have the opportunity if anybody wants to buy one. But at the same time, like, I was like, I don't really think I'm going to be able to grow anything in this thing, because just given my history and track record of trying to like work with plants, we just did not work together. Even though Andrea was like, no, I swear to God, it's going to happen. You can do this. I still did not feel good about it. So I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll sign on as a partner and we'll see what happens. I'll post my progress and, you know, just kind of casually sell them, so to speak. At the time, I thought Juice Plus was a smoothie company. So I really didn't understand. I didn't realize it was like capsules. And in my head, I'm thinking like, you know, there's shakes and what, I don't know. I had no idea that, you know, they were these wonderful, amazing whole food concentrated capsules. So I didn't even touch that side. But it's funny because when I did purchase my tower, I kind of threw it out there on Facebook, and I had 2 people within 24 hours buy towers. And so I made Partner Plus right away. I really didn't know what that meant. And I didn't really care at the time because I wasn't all in on selling. It was just more like a casual thing. So, you know, the months went by, and here I'm growing things that I've never grown in my life. And I'm like, this thing is amazing. So by June, I decided that, I was like, well, let me look at this Juice Plus stuff. Like, what is it? And, you know, I did watch a couple videos, and I realized that, you know, it was completely different than what I thought it was. And it just made sense to me because, you know, a little bit of background on my health. I have had chronic Lyme disease for many years. At one point, I had a PICC line in my arm, and I had, you know, daily IVs feeding into my body. And so, you know, everything that I do now is I'm very particular about what I put into my body, and I'm very much on mostly a whole food diet. So everything just made sense to me by this point. So in June, I was like, all right, there's no reason why I shouldn't try these capsules. And at the time, I had chronic hives that no doctor could help me out with. You know, no matter where I went, they just wanted to put me on Zysol and be done with it. And, you know, I went to allergists, and it was the same thing. So it was very frustrating because I was going like 2.5 years with this. And so I had just had enough. So I started these capsules, and I tweaked a couple things in my diet. I started with like apple cider vinegar every day and things. And lo and behold, within the next couple of, I would say like 2 months, my itching stopped and I wasn't getting the hives. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, I can't believe this is happening. I mean, and I guess, you know, I believe in everything with whole food and, you know, not eating the processed food and stuff, but like these capsules really just took my body to a different level that I needed. And I didn't realize I needed until I started them, and I saw an immediate change. And, you know, I was doing the quad. So I had the fruits, veggies, berries, and the omegas. And, you know, one of the first things I noticed was that I was sleeping better at night. I'm like, this is wonderful. So I stayed on them for a while, and I want to say it was October, I decided that I wanted to go all in with this, because by that point I had been growing my garden. I'm growing all these veggies. I couldn't believe it. I'm eating all this delicious food. And these capsules really gave me life back that I had lost. And I was feeling so good that I could finally back everything. You know, for me, I need to be all in on something to be able to share it, because I have to be passionate about it, right? We have to love what we do. And this was it for me. I said, I finally am aligned with a company that just fits the core of who I am. So essentially what happened was mid-October, I put a post out on Facebook and about the capsules, and that was it. Like, I started selling them, and I explained why, what they've done for me. And, you know, by November, I hit QSC, and by January, I hit SC. Now, I didn't have any team, so I did this all by myself. I did not have one person selling under me. So by January, when I hit SC, you know, I was talking with Andrea and Lisa on my next move. And, you know, they were like, well, you should really build a leg under you. And so then I started a leg under myself. I, you know, put it under my husband's name. And I built his account up, right? So this is all on my own. I have no team helping me. So I started the leg in January, and I fast tracked to QSC in February. And then the beginning of June, I hit SC on that account. So at that point, I had 2 accounts on me, like, that I did all by myself. So, I mean, I guess that was big. I think it's just only hitting me now that I was telling Andrea today, I'm like, I'm going back on my timeline, and I just did all this from the mid of October to now. I was like, I have 2 accounts at SC, and by the end of June, I had finished my hold month, and I hit QSSC on my main account. So it's all kind of surreal for me right now. And, you know, I never thought when I started this, you know, I really started the tower because I wanted to better control my food supply and what goes on my food. The world we live in right now, it's uncertain, who knows what's going on. So I wanted to have a better grasp on that. And here I am now. I hit QSSC, and I have an account at SC. And then I also linked with, I met a friend on Facebook. She's in Canada. Her name is Rochelle, and she's just my soul sister. And I linked up with her at the end of March. And so she started, and, you know, so now I have a team member that's like me, we're like-minded, and we have the same, you know, go get it attitude. And, you know, she's at QSC already, and she's going to be in SC at no time. So it's really fun, you know, now that we're doing this together. So I know that, like, we all touch on the products and what we love about them, but I wanted to give some tips to people on, like, how did I do this? And rather quickly. And you know, it is possible. And I know that a lot of people have had horrible experiences at other companies because it's just not attainable. Like, they tell you you can do this, but when you look down at the compensation and what you need, you know, a lot of them are just, you have to really just stack people. It's people stacking, where this is great because, as I was saying, like, I just made SC twice and I didn't have any team underneath me. So it's very doable. And obviously, once you start getting into the next ranks, you are going to want more team, and it is easier when you have team. But I guess I'm here to say that, like, you don't need to have anybody selling under you to start ranking and doing something. So, you know, I guess it's just like words of encouragement. But like some tips I have, and this is how I did it. Everyone has a different style, and, you know, but something that, you know, for me, it's just be authentic and speak from your heart. You know, that's big. And people want to hear that. People want to, you know, understand you and like, you know, if you're just constantly like posting the same thing on social media every day, it's kind of monotonous. But, you know, you want to like switch it up and put some stories in there. Share your story. I share stories. Like, I'm always posting about my tower garden. I've shared stories about my health and how the products have helped me, and people can relate to that because there's a lot of people out there that need our products. And I believe that everybody should have this because I truly believe in what we are, you know, what we're all about and what this company is all about. Also, like, don't be afraid to message people. I know some people say that you're not supposed to do that. I'm old school. I'm going to be 45 soon. And I just go after it. I'm not afraid of it. The worst thing that they can say is no, but guess what? Like, no is not always a no. And no doesn't always mean no when in sales, because I've had people that have told me no, and months later they came back and they were like, you know what? I've thought about this, and it is something that I'm interested in, as far as our products are concerned. So, every opportunity that you don't take is an opportunity that you miss. And I think, we all need to keep that in mind. Don't be afraid of no, because it really, it can turn around for you. And as I have seen it happen to me, it really does. Following up with potentials. So what I've done is, like, I'll take a notebook and I will, like, write out people's names and people that I've spoken with. And I always make sure I have lists of, like, new people that I've been following up with, things like that. And I think it's really helpful. So you know where you are in the process, which with every person, you don't want to forget. And I'm talking, like, I'll talk with people for months before they even consider. And it's funny how it works, because, like, sometimes people are just all in right away. And other times it could take 6 months, 7 months for somebody, but don't give up on anybody, because you just never know what's going to happen. Also, you have to post frequently. You post frequently, and, be passionate about it, like, post with intentions about it. The more people see it, the more they're going to think about it. I don't know what they say. It takes so long for somebody to really register in their head, like, when they're looking at products, it's a couple months or something like that. And so the more that it's out there in your posts, the more people are going to come around and be interested in what we have. Be relatable, be vulnerable. And, I support my customers. So it's not only about the sale to me. I make sure that I'm there for them, especially with tower garden needs. So the way that I sell with the tower garden is, like, you're not only just, like, buying a tower garden from me, but I'm going to be there for your support. And this is big for me, because I really think that, like, the customer service aspect goes a very long way. And, I want to help people, because I want them to succeed. Like, we want them to succeed. We don't want to leave people high and dry. They get this tower garden, they're having problems. And, you want them to do well with it, whether it's the growing or, the capsules, if they're, whatever it is. So, I kind of, I take that, and I'm more of, like, a support. So, those are a couple of tips I have them written down. But, yeah, I mean, for me, my biggest, as far as, like, overcoming a challenge, it took me time. I needed to prove to myself that I could do this business. And I just, in my head at the time when I started, I didn't have a rank. I didn't really understand the ranks. I still don't quite, I don't focus on ranks. I still don't quite get them all. But I just had a place that I needed to be in my head before I started sharing the business. I'm not saying it's good or it's bad. Definitely if you share the business, it can help you more. But in my head, I needed to feel that I was at a certain place to be able to be comfortable enough to say, this is what I'm doing. Like, I've done this, and I can say that confidently because I've done a lot of it on my own. So, something that I need to work on now is, like, now that I feel that I'm at this spot between, I have QSSC and I have an account at SC, I can focus more on sharing the opportunity with people, the business opportunity, because especially now with times and the prices that are going up on everything, who doesn't need any extra money, like, everybody does. So, I can't even be, I'm just kind of elated right now with where I'm at, just from October of just this past year to where I've grown my business. And I guess I'm just here to say that, like, you can do it. And, anybody can do this. And it just takes heart, passion, follow up, and, you can't get discouraged. You can't. Every day that you're doing something for your business, no matter whether you think you've, like, reached people or not, people are watching. regardless of if you don't get feedback, people are watching, and it's just amazing. And it's something, this company, these are things we need. Like, we're growing our own food. We have these whole food capsules. They're things that everybody needs, right? Everyone wants to live a healthy life, the healthiest life. And this is just an amazing way to share and get everybody, you know, on this path to healthy living. So that's it. And my girl Niki's up next.
Wow, I don't even know how to follow up, but that's amazing. I clap my hands for you, girlfriend. You're super inspiring. That's amazing. I relate to almost every single one of the stories that you've already heard, and so much of my own story is very similar to theirs in one aspect or another. My name is Niki Purcell. I live in Southern California, and I came in through the Tower Garden door. I am like, I've always loved the idea of being a great gardener. My husband has been so amazing and has built me so many incredible beautiful raised garden beds. And for 10 faithful seasons, I would dig my hands in the soil and try. And for 10 faithful seasons, I would fail. And so it was last year, May of 2021, and my husband had just finished building this most amazing, beautiful garden bed for me with this hand-etched sign that said Niki's Nook, and it was so cute. But I happened to be scrolling on Facebook, and I saw Andrea's post about the Tower Gardens, and I was like, oh, it's that thing that my girlfriend from a long time ago used to have, and she always had all this abundance of food, and while I had like one rotten tomato at the end of every season, right? And so I reached out to her and I was like, it's that thing. Like, what is this? How do I get it? And she told me all the things about it. And then when she said, oh, but you can make monthly payments on it, one payment, 0 interest, no credit check, just add to cart and check out, and they ship the whole thing to you. $65, done. I was like, yes, sign me up, whatever that is, I want it. And I didn't even tell my husband, because of course he had just finished building this beautiful raised garden bed with this handmade sign, and it was like so precious. And I went to the Home Depot and I filled it with all these beautiful plants that I knew were gonna die. And so this tower garden was on its way, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I gonna say? This big box is gonna arrive like in a week, right? And so I kind of just pushed that thought to the side for a second, and like every woman does, when you make an exciting purchase, is that you go on Facebook and you tell everyone about it. So I was like, oh my God, I just bought this thing. And I put up some random picture and I was like, who has one? Right. And of course, everyone's like, oh my gosh, what is that thing? Tell me more. And they're like asking all these questions. And I was like, oh, my girl, Andrea, she'll hook you up. And like, it would just I couldn't believe how many people sucked at gardening just like me. And they wanted a garden. And I was like, yeah, this is amazing. Go talk to Andrea. Go talk to Andrea. I was already with another company. I was committed. I was like not interested in the business at all. Like, I was like, no way, right? I just want to garden. And so I kept sending her all these people, and like I'd follow up. Did they buy from you? Did they buy from you? But you know how this business goes is that your friends want to buy from people they know, love, and trust. Right. And I was frustrated because I wanted these people to get tower gardens, I really wasn't interested in the business. And I was like, okay, well, tell me about the business. It was during the summer blitz thing. And she was like, oh my gosh, and you can make money back on your own purchase. Plus, if you just share with a few friends, you'll get the whole thing, you'll make enough money to pay for the whole thing. And I was like, perfect. My husband won't be mad then if I can get it paid for really fast. Right. So I was like, that was my MO. I was like, all right, I'm going to sell 4 tower gardens. My friends are going to buy for me, and we're all going to grow together. It's going to be so exciting and amazing. And my husband can't say anything about it because it'll literally pay for itself, right? And like Jill was saying, I didn't even know that it was part of the Juice Plus company. Over the years, I thought Juice Plus was a smoothie company. Like literally what Jill just said, I was like, okay, when everyone said, oh, I do Juice Plus, I'd be like, rock on with your weird juicy stuff. Like, I'm not interested, whatever. However, what you need to know about me is that I'm very passionate about health. My mantra has always been, let thy food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy food, right? So I was a former teacher turned entrepreneur because I was in search of time freedom. I wanted to be the CEO of me. And I naturally was drawn to natural, holistic, stuff. However, I jumped into a company that had nothing to do with that. It was so outside the box. It was so crazy. I was there for 3 years, and the whole time I was there, like, I had success, but I hated it. I literally hated it. I was like, yes, the product works. Yes, it's amazing, but it's so not in alignment with who I am and what I am. And the culture was just cutthroat, and it was so mean and like clicky, and it was so much hype and all this stuff. And so I then pursued my path in natural health. Eventually I aligned with a company, but like Denise said, I didn't, come to find out they weren't really what they said they were. I kind of felt lied to. I felt deceived. I was like, I'm trying to do this natural health stuff, and I'm trying to help other people on their health journey, but it's not really healthy. Right. And then I joined the one last company before where I am now. And I bought into the vision. I was like, yes, they're finally going to do it right. Like, these people are all about plant medicine. It's going to be so awesome. And like a year into that, I was literally like I couldn't even look at what they were doing. And I was like, I'm part of this. This is so terrible. This has nothing to do with health. This is nothing to do with health whatsoever. It was just trendy products that, just jumping on the bandwagon of whatever they were going to want to sell. And I was heartbroken. I was literally heartbroken. So when I saw the Tower Garden come across my screen from Andrea, and Andrea was like, yes, I can totally help you, and you should be a partner, and you can make money back and all this stuff. I was like, okay, great, but I'm not going to look at the comp plan. And I don't want to look at the Juice Plus stuff because, I'm already doing this other thing and I don't want to get in trouble. But sure, I'll totally, like, on the down low, share the Tower Gardens, right? And this Tower Garden arrived at my house, and it was literally like magic in a box. Like, I can't, like, I was like, what is this? This is amazing. Then you just plop the plants in, and all of a sudden it just starts everyone, you're like, I'm growing this abundance of food for the first time in my life. So it was like literally like every day I'd go on social media, look at my cucumber. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at my tomato. Oh my gosh, look at my lettuce. And everyone was like, yes, I want that. This is so fun. This is so amazing. And so I always used to hate in network marketing when people would say, I want to grow my business organically, because I thought it meant they didn't have drive. They didn't want to succeed. They didn't want to offend anyone or asking, whatever. But I'm literally over here growing my own better than organic food and growing a business organically. And I was like, this can't be real, right? And then finally, like 2 months later, I took a peek behind the curtain at the Juice Plus, and I was like, wait a minute. Like, why hasn't anyone ever told me about this stuff? And everyone is over here like, we've been trying to tell you for like 10 years, and I'm like, no, like, why hasn't anyone ever told me about this stuff? It's literally food and medicine at the same time. Like, and then I was like, everyone needs to know about this. Like, how can I didn't know about it, and I had heard the name Juice Plus for 10 years, and over here I'm preaching food is medicine and medicine is food. Like, why? No one knows, and everyone needs to know. And I feel like there's so much deception in the natural health and wellness industry and the vitamin industry, and everyone is out there just searching for answers, trying to do better, looking for something that's going to change their health and their life and empower them. They want health freedom. I want health freedom, And so then I was like so passionate about it. I just became like a fire was just lit inside my soul, and I had to tell people. I had to tell them what it was. I had to tell them the truth about the wellness industry. It's like, someone said, Alison said she had a duty. She felt called. That is truly what it is. And I was like, this is so incredible. I've only been here for 1 year. And when I first bought my Tower Garden, I didn't want a business. And when I did sign up as a partner, because it's so smart just to position yourself as a partner, because why not? You're going to make money back. Plus you have a link to share, and you can make money, and then your husband won't be mad at you for buying a Tower Garden, right? But like, just because I said yes to doing this thing for myself, empowering myself with the gift of giving myself good food, growing good food finally for the first time in my life. And I followed Andrea's lead and I became a partner. I positioned myself as a partner. I get a little emotional for a second. I took a snapshot of my business today in my back office, and I have 76 partners on my team and 221 customers on my team. 56 of them are direct to me. That's almost 300 people's lives that have been positively changed and impacted in the most wonderful way because I said yes, because I positioned myself as a partner, and I just kept myself open to God's plan, despite the fact that I wasn't ready, or I didn't think I needed it or wanted it. And because of that, like, I can't even imagine those 300 people not having the gift of Juice Plus and Tower Gardens in their life. Like, I can't imagine not having it in my own life. And I feel so thankful, like just so grateful that Andrea shared it with me and she encouraged me to become a partner, just so that I could, get some money back and not make my husband mad by getting my towers paid for. And then, you should know that I actually was like, well, I want another tower garden, so I'm going to share with 4 more people. And then I want a 3rd tower garden, and now I have 4, and they're all paid for, and it's amazing. But I have this wonderful team that I love so much, and I have the most wonderful customers that I get to help every single day. And I just feel so passionate about the time that we're living in right now, right? We all need health freedom, and we all need food freedom. Everyone is talking about it. It's on the tip of everybody's tongue, and like, we have the answer. We have the solution, and not just for good health and for the gift of growing your own food and having food sovereignty and, dealing with the rising cost of food and stuff like that. But we have this wonderful gift in this business. And so I just want to encourage everybody who's listening here today that if you are thinking about making a change for your health and putting Juice Plus into your body, or you're thinking about growing your own better than organic food, right, from your own backyard or your kitchen, just set yourself up for success. Just set yourself up and open yourself up to the possibility and become a partner. It's only $52 for the year. You literally have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. And you might be sitting here a year from now, just like me, with 300 people's lives being changed because you said yes. You never know. And everyone's journey is unique, and it's not about how fast or how many people. It's not like, trophies that I'm collecting. These are lives that are being changed every single day. And I thank God for that. I thank God that I'm here. I am so grateful for this company that is just so honest and transparent, and that's got longevity, that they have proven success, that they took the time and the money to invest in being able to give us research to back everything up, and that they just make it accessible for everyone. Because I know everyone is looking for a way to save money on their grocery bill, and they're looking for a way to empower themselves with their health. And you could be that person that can do it for yourself and gift it to others. And that is what this is really all about. The company's mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. So why not become part of that mission and be part of something bigger than yourself at a time when the world really, really needs it? We need to cut through the noise, and we need to give people hope, right? That the world is just full of doom and gloom and uncertainty and fear and all those things. And we have something that can literally help people with all of it. So that is my story. I fast tracked to QSC, and then I fast tracked my husband to QSSC, and then I fast tracked my husband to QSSC. And along the way, we have grown this incredible team of incredibly like-minded people who are just on fire and just as passionate as I am. And what a gift that's been to me. Like I said, I love my team. Thankful for Andrea. So grateful that I said yes. And I hope that it inspires you to do the same.
How do I follow that up? You guys, that was amazing. Amazing lineup of speakers. We are here every Thursday sharing stories, getting to know Juice Plus stories, Juice Plus journeys. We invite all of you to stay for our business training event immediately following this call. So I'm going to end the Healthy Living event and then stop the recording.